Hello, welcome to DesPair Programming. I'm Lil Vista. This is
Nish.
So today we found ourselves in a bit of a situation. We travel around the world, and where we're staying right now,
No Wi-Fi.
before the Wi-Fi was amazing. It was like the best Wi-Fi we've ever had, and then it died, like 100%. Like there was some problem, the fiber got damaged somehow.
Yeah.
So now we have no
So
Wi-Fi at home.
So now we are
And-
somebody else's place.
Yeah, so we sort of asked around and we found some. Oh, check volume. We found some friend of a friend who's kindly given us their rooftop to stream from.
So you can see Nepalese view at night.
Hence why
so-
we're very dark.
So let's get started. So episode 3 of DesPair Programming.
Yes.
So what shall we do today? Today we are gonna continue from last week's point, which was the show position on the map on the phone, and then we kind of recap a little bit like where we are at just quickly. Next,
Ooh, weird noise.
Wait. We have some feedback, and it is because we are playing ourselves. So great. Sorry about it. So next, after showing the position, we are gonna have basically our application is, let me maybe go into that. So done. So our application is the beautiful HowsTheWiFi. So HowsTheWiFi, as if you followed us before, is to basically check anywhere in the world. Let's say you are like in Nepal, and you want to check what's the connection. So now we are testing the connection of this place we are currently at, and so we cannot get the IP address. So okay, so let's restart anyway. So it should calculate what is the actual download upload speed, the ping, and things like that, so then you can then upload it and share with other people. And now normally it works with normal connections. Let me try again. Okay, so you can get that one. Yeah, okay. So this now it works. So basically it will try to get the download and the upload speed and the ping and then packet loss information, and then upload on a server to then share with the rest. Now we've done the first part. We just need to actually create the web backend. Well, so we're gonna set up the database where we can store all the information and the endpoint where you actually can send our data. So well, let's get started. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna go on. Wait, sorry, I have a little mosquito in
Yeah,
front
there are
of me.
mosquitoes everywhere here. Slight problem with streaming outside.
Yeah, well, makes it fun. So yeah, so first thing we have to create map activity, right?
Yeah, because we want to show the location on a map just so that the user can confirm that their location is correct.
So Google Maps activity. We don't have the maps activity. Dun, 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 dun. Beautiful. So now we can do this, and it will generate some beautiful things. Okay, so we added. So now it's going to tell us how to actually create
The API key.
the API key, which we don't have, so we should probably do that.
Yep.
In the meantime, maybe you can talk about the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll do this.
so
and
since
then,
we don't want you to see.
no, it's like yeah, just
See
talk,
API key.
discuss. Yeah.
So yeah, we can just discuss other things. I can tell you about my favorite anime.
Yeah. Oh God.
So recently I've been watching this anime called Haikyuu, and
Oh God. Please be quick, please.
I've become a bit
Please.
obsessed.
Yeah.
It's problem. It's basically about volleyball,
Yes.
and it's like at this school. You have to say go quick.
Go,
but
go,
then
go, go,
there's,
go.
you know,
No. I'm telling
when
I'm
you
telling the
finish,
browser. I'm telling the browser. Please be quick.
Of course, but it's actually really good, and so it's about these kind of kids, and naturally they start off not so great, Yeah, of course. All
Yeah, of
like
course.
sports anime, you have to start off badly because otherwise there's no
Sti-
build up. Oh, error.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's some error. Okay. Let's try again. Boom. So keep
Um,
on going on your
yeah.
journey, on your anime journey.
So the main character is called Hinata, and he's like, yeah, he's just crazy enthusiastic, and he's not very good, and he's very short. So it's kind of like a good aspiration for short people who want to play volleyball, which I now want to play volleyball because of the show, and I'm short, but I can't jump like he can. So
So you're not anime characters out there.
yeah, I'm not an anime character who can jump faster than like the speed of light or something, and higher than the volleyball net.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't.
Let's,
I feel like I'm talking too much.
yeah. So, but let's talk about maybe about the actual project, like our plan and
Okay,
what
so
we're
yeah,
gonna
so
use for the web.
back to the project. So
I didn't expect you to go into your favorite,
character.
well, anime of the last month. So yeah, what's the plan for the future? After this, we create
Okay,
map
so
activity, right?
so we need to get the API key, and once we
Yeah.
do that, the map activity basically creates everything automatically for you. So it has like a little map fragment, and then
So invite Android app with. We are not getting it, so yeah, keep like discussing.
So in the maps activity, they show you how to put a pin on the map. So it's kind of, and that's all that we want to do actually. So it's kind of mostly done for us.
The only problem is that we need to generate this API key.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I've done it before, but for some other things. But now,
yeah,
there is a problem with the fingerprints apparently. So, okay, maybe I have to actually select one. So the API is enabled. Now you need to create the API key. So, boom.
not getting
So,
anything.
Over the rainbow.
We think maybe it's because we block so many things
no,
with
I don't. Maybe.
With AdBlock and UMatrix, we block so many links on our browser.
But maybe it's.
And so then sometimes that results in us not being able to
do some things. Yeah.
do some things. Oh, good night, Samuel.
Oh, hello, Samuel. So now we're stuck at creating an API key. That's beauty. Step number first, like, yeah, one would be too much probably. And now you have fun.
Okay, now I have to work out how to.
Oh. Okay, maybe.
Okay.
Okay. I'll give you back to the same key. Wait. I know. No. Sorry. Because I didn't copy the whole line. Yeah, because it's a way too long. Okay. Usually we should switch now, but because I made a stupid mistake, so let's see. So this and that. Get API key.
Please.
Oh.
You can't see any of this, but
that's not, yeah.
It's loading.
It's that little pingy thingy. Oh, looks different. Beautiful. Okay, so now.
Okay, now you need to change the scene to the web.
No, well. Now first we'll put it here, right?
Then you can show it, right? Because it right now is on.
That's true. Smart girl. So, okay, so now we're going back to our thing. It doesn't really matter because we are just showing some random stuff, but I mean they're like random API key, but you never know. No, that we don't trust you guys. But okay, so we are back.
Okay,
and now we can switch.
Yes. Okay.
Beautiful. So now let's talk about my favorite anime. My favorite anime.
Okay. Now we're working, so it's fine. Okay, let me check. Is this one?
Yeah.
Okay, everything's there.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying before about the Mac activity, they kind of nicely create a pin. So when on create, you get the map asynchronously. Then once it's ready, you can create it, and here they're creating a pin to drop on the map. And we don't want this pin, obviously. We want the location of the user.
Okay, so then we set that one rapidly then.
Yeah. So where do we want it from? The main activity, right?
Yeah, for main activity, when you click on the address. Yeah. So now we have, like, as you can see on the little preview, there's an address, and if you can actually retrieve the address, then it will show it. Otherwise, it will just show the GPS coordinates. And what we want is, regardless of whatever it is, we want to be able to. Yeah, you know what you're saying. I know what you're doing. We want to be able to click and actually show it. It was just for fun, not really major. Yeah, perfect. So now we are creating a little, like, a listener that you can actually plug in on click. So on click, we're gonna start the activity with the big S.
Is it?
I think it's a big S.
Start activity. I don't think so.
No. Or yeah, maybe it's more. Yeah, you're right. Okay, and then open. Done.
So we need to pass in the intent.
Make an intent,
first,
right?
okay, sorry.
So yeah, just make an intent. So telling what we actually want to start, and then here we're gonna send in the information, like the GPS location.
Yeah.
And if there's anything, maybe the name already. So auto, the beautiful. No. So you
sorry.
you do Alt, import class. So now it's there, and then we throw it into the start activity. And then we need to have the class.
Map activity. Activity.class. Yeah. So this basically.
I think we just do like this and see what it says.
Maybe it's the other way around or something.
I usually don't know, like, because we didn't see. So if you do like that. Okay, sorry. So it shows you. So okay, so now in the intent, maybe you put it. Okay, let's just look it up.
Okay.
The change. To switch transition. And then we go on the
box.
Close this one.
This one.
Yeah, and close.
Okay, so we want to change activity in Android.
Yeah. You can have a little extra.
No, it's okay.
No? Okay.
Yeah. We need to be strict with our setting.
Okay. Thank you. So, yeah, okay. So the intent has actually all the information we want. It is one of those things that you like.
Just forget.
Yeah, just like you should probably remember by heart. Like you don't, and so let's go to this one without. So in this sorry. So now we have this activity. We put the maps activity. So now we actually telling, now, as this blister was saying, we are actually creating it. Then on click, we want it on create. So yeah, this is on, yes, sorry. On create, we have the address label, and we add address text view. The address text view dot set, no, dot set on click listener, and then we put on click address. I think. Okay, let's do that quickly.
Can't we just add it?
No, because it's not a normal. It's not a button. So maybe, but we show another way. So new view on click listener. Yeah, I think like instead of having our, well, we can have in our function as well. But yeah, so we create like an on click. So there are different ways, I guess, to make this one. But it's like new view to on click listener. Then we can. Sometimes it's smart and it auto-completes for me, but sometimes it doesn't. So maybe
some shortcut.
yeah. Anyway, so button click. Okay. So this is the same for anything. So that's why it's kind of neat to have and to do. So boom, boom. So and now we have on click address and throw in a view, even though we don't really need it, but yeah. So then actually in this case we don't throw in the view.
Okay.
Because otherwise we might confuse it as actually a click from somewhere else. So like just we handle the click. We have this one now. So every time we click, we actually start this intent, and we'll just start it, right? So at the moment we want to test it, and it's going to show it in Sydney. But later on, as a next step, we are going to actually put our own information. So let's run it, and okay, so that's it. So now it's starting up. So what do you expect? Do you expect a nice crash or?
No, I mean this was pretty simple.
Yeah,
I don't expect
simple.
a crash.
Okay, that's it.
But I've known
We
to be
never,
wrong.
we never,
We never quite know.
I know, being optimistic here.
True.
Programming optimism doesn't really work together. So now it's being built, it's installing, and it is running. Now, more than anything is the connection. Hopefully, it doesn't leave us.
Oh yes.
Yeah, great.
Still
alive. So now we can wait everything actually. And then we see the ping. Okay, boom. Now as we click, now full screen, beautiful, and then
it's waiting for the map.
so it's like asynchronously waiting for the map. So now we are not in the best of kind of position, but that is Sydney, and when you click it, beautiful. So that works. Now next is to actually get the information, and that is done through a bundle. So Android bundle, and I think I know it by heart, but for this one, in the meantime, we open, and so yeah, okay, and then on the other side you just get it. So the put is easy, and the getting is also fairly simple. So first we get, I like to get. So here, private. Here we put location, or maybe
double. So we get
but
the
here
latitude and longitude.
Yeah, double. Latitude. Okay, what happened here? Okay. The switch. And what I had, okay, and then you know what I have. Yeah, switch.
No music.
Yeah. Sometimes even our app needs to be debugged a bit more.
Yes. Okay. Great. Let's go to the studio.
Switch.
Switch.
Oh, no, it's
okay. Yeah. Okay, so I think you had something.
No, because I forgot. So go back to the.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, we'll just it's there.
Copy paste.
So now we have so the way to pass things through intent, and I think you can is get intent, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and then basically you're getting the everything is done through intent, either automatically or it's done through actually like setting the intent. And now we set the latitude, and there it's okay. It's okay. Put like lat,
Okay, lat.
and then get double. I think it supports all types. Yeah. And then you do the same, and so basically this is something that now we are actually reading what we will send later on. So now let's see, extra long, and then we probably want the name, so probably like private, like the name of the marker. Yeah.
So
Just
create
set up.
a
Yeah.
new string. Why is it?
Just M. What do you mean? Because
Like
they are unused.
Even though we
Yeah, because they're set. Like if you just set stuff, just address name. Yeah. If they're just it's kind of smart even if you just assign it, it doesn't really mean anything. Okay, and address. Okay, so that could be empty in case, and then we'll plug it in down there, right?
Yeah. Okay,
and
so
the
now
comments,
we have
clean out the comments.
this.
No, this big one.
Okay,
So there's a big comment. Take it away there. Okay, so yeah, now instead of like calling it Sydney, we call it whatever, and then
so it's first my latitude,
and then long.
Longitude.
And then call it pin there. So Sydney.
Sure. Rename. Pin. Thinking too much.
And then okay, and that's the name, but only yeah, just put that one.
And should we initialize it to an empty string at the top?
No, I think it returns like sorry.
Maybe by default get string might return an empty string.
No, but because we're always going to set it, right? It's always going to set.
Okay, yeah. True.
So save and double check down because that was something. Oh yeah, the comment.
This one?
Yeah, that's
okay,
it.
Oh yeah, true.
And perfect. So now that's the next step now.
Okay, main activity. So now we want to send
the information there. Yeah.
The information.
So intent. So put. So this is now. So puts string, I think. No. So put extra, and I think it automatically puts it. Okay, yeah, that's okay. So now I put a name and I put lat. And here you have it's called in M and L, big L. So last location.
Oh, okay, and then we can get the latitude and longitude from this.
Yeah, so get latitude. Okay, and that's great. And the same. And for the name, for the address, I think we call it some sort of like
Is it long?
Yeah, and get long.
Oh yeah, I already pasted it.
And as well address, right?
Yeah, address.
And this was M address, maybe. Address. If not, I have somewhere.
Okay.
Cool. Switch. I mean, the one we had before was better, though. The song, right?
No, this is a massive improvement.
Massive improvement.
Yeah.
Okay, so address.
Maybe we didn't set it anywhere.
I mean, it doesn't matter too much because with this, I think I said it anyway, but it doesn't really matter too much because we just need to read what is the current thing in the button we're clicking. Like we don't expect.
True.
So yeah, so it's going to be here. So address text view dot get text, And that is pretty much it. Ooh, I have the honor to run this. So these already handles that if the name is not found, then it will automatically put just the coordinates. And then we run it. So, by the way, in the to-do list there's a little turtle because we were slow. So.
Yeah, because that was meant to be done last week,
Yeah.
and then I didn't manage it. so we thought like turtle could. Well, it's actually. I mean, it's a tortoise.
Yeah, tortoise. Yeah.
Could be our label for when we're just very slow people.
Yeah. If you're fast, like you can't really have an icon.
Yeah,
Can we?
exactly, because it's already done.
Address was failed.
Oh no.
So now we have to redo it. The only thing we needed, but I think it automatically updates. So if we just, oh yeah, now I clicked anyway. Okay, wait. So we need to make sure that if there's nothing though, you can't click.
I know. I thought this as well.
So now we have to wait until automatic updates. In the meantime, we had this little check, and that's done by. I mean, we have the task status if it's not complete, right? So it's a bit prettier. So if this one equals not or equals equals so we have report status dot completed. So only then we do it. Not if it's not done. Yeah. And anyway, for the moment, for the time being, that's not the key. I mean, it's not important. So okay, we'll try again. Okay.
Oh yes.
Beautiful.
Straight away.
Sweet. Okay. Now we click. Well, wait. So should I say red hill? Yeah.
Oh,
beautiful.
Why red hill?
Because it's fake, right?
Yeah.
So it's the
so
point.
we're not in America.
We're not in America. We're on an emulator, and you can tell whatever you want. That's a beautiful thing of the emulator. So, that's done. So we can say it's completed, right?
Yes. So our slowness from last week was not
okay. So now what we can do is maybe just push this, so then we can say we are done. So see what we have changed, a bunch of things. So always commit your stuff. So added map address. Already push. So yeah, so now let's see if mess up. Mess up. So yeah, now you can find the code on our GitHub, which is down. So complex, my password, I don't even remember myself. So okay, so we are sending and it's done. Beautiful. So now next is we probably want to, well, let's see, set up database. Okay, so let's go on the web. So we have, let's say, PHP my admin. So boop boop. Okay. Yeah, soon changing.
Yeah.
So now we have we are testing on PHP admin locally. So as you notice, there's no password on the thing, but because it's only localhost. So we're gonna create a database, and with some sort of with a kind of a general idea of what we're going to put in there, and we can also always edit it. And now.
Oh.
Yeah. Time's up. Okay. So now you run it. I got one thing. Okay. Go for it.
Okay, so we're setting up the database for our backend. We just want to start off by just creating a database in phpMyAdmin. So name.
Name, we'll call it HowsTheWiFi. HowsTheWiFi.
House.
Very, very.
HowsTheWiFi.
No, HowsTheWiFi.
Oh, okay. I thought you would like making it shorter or something.
No.
Just
zero creativity here going on.
Okay, create.
Okay.
And for our backend.
Yeah. For the backend, yeah.
We're going to be using Laravel.
Well, we create first you want to create. Okay. I see.
So
Smart.
we haven't tried to use Laravel on this computer yet, so you might have to bear with us.
On the console, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
So now we'll set it up.
Yeah, so we can try and set it up. I can't remember exactly. Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's okay.
Is it showing?
Oh no. It was switched. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we're using Laravel because I have some experience with it.
It comes up. Great product.
Yeah, so basically it's this framework in PHP, and this is what we need. And it's kind of like it's
controls.
Yeah. No, I just didn't want to get this bit. Sorry, where am I?
Where are you? You're lost. You're lost. So
okay.
So yeah.
I can't
do one thing at a time.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah. So Laravel is kind of like PHP thingy framework, and no is the one. No, this one.
Like this.
No. Okay, not even one thing at a time. So now we lost in. Okay, let me handle it for you. So now, okay.
It's complicated. The
it's too like computers. Computers are complicated. It's fine. Okay, so we make a new folder maybe.
Yep. So we get out of this one.
We'll make a new repository for this, so it's okay. And so this is gonna be maybe HowsTheWiFi web.
Okay. So we make folder HowsTheWiFi web.
Okay, and then go inside.
Perfect.
No, this is Windows. You have to right click.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm not used to Windows as well. That's another excuse.
Wow. Not used to the Nepalese night. So
just a stressful day, okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Maybe is the folder
path,
path,
is
right?
the path, right?
Yeah, okay,
so it's try it. Feels like
before we were having some problems with this. It wasn't working, but I think that was just the Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, we tested like
we wanted
half
to
a time.
Test,
one. So in the meantime, let's read. So meantime, boom. So.
Okay, so I can tell you.
Yeah, you should.
More about
Now you can discuss your.
Okay,
your
so
things.
it's basically this framework in PHP, and is based on like a model view controller design pattern. And what that means is, so the model is kind of your data. Most of the time, which you store in the database, and the models just takes care of the data, and that's it. And then you have the views, and this displays the data. And so basically, the view is kind of what you show the user, I guess. And then, say if you kind of like click a button on the page, then this is sent. This action is sort of sent to the controller, and the controller handles it. So it's basically the idea is to separate all the pieces nicely. And
then this is not really working.
So smooth.
So, what do you think, expert on this?
Well, I think it's.
So, let's see. So for some reason, we should be a bit more like maybe patient.
Yeah, I think it might just be a patient thing. Sometimes it does take a bit of time.
Okay, switch time.
Switch.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'll switch it.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Switch. Down. Yeah. So sometimes leaves us the street. So why is it not working? And then on Windows, I guess maybe it's special. Is our connection? Now it should be fine. So composer, PDO, we have all that. So maybe because I did put that. So Laravel project name. Yeah, we said how's the Wi-Fi. So install download latest project. So it is downloading, but it doesn't show us anything. And I wonder if it's just like not showing any, giving us any feedback or something else. Quiet. No, see. What is your?
Yeah, I think it's a Wi-Fi issue. Like it's not getting connecting.
This one is not updated. But it's not. Well, let's draw the composer. Yeah, composer we have it.
So
And what if we do it verbose? Is it maybe wrong to put it there? Okay. Now this is version quiet. Okay, we'll do this and we'll wait. In the meantime, we'll explore
the
crazy documentation.
Fun.
Yeah. How? Kind of interesting, doesn't it? Keep an eye on that. Yeah. So apparently, like it starts like some sort of batch project, but
Maybe we need to run this composer global require.
Okay. So 1.1. We want 1.1?
No.
What do we want?
It is like 5, maybe. Check. I don't know the latest version.
I mean, we can do composer. So 1.6.3 then.
No, that's composer version. Not
one
Laravel.
No. What do you say, Samuel?
He just said goodnight and
Good
then
night.
he left us. Maybe he was going to bed.
Or maybe just he knew like we will get stuck.
Yeah.
So Laravel 4.5.
5.4.
Yeah, 5.4. Sorry. I mean, isn't like the tilde kind of like more or less?
Yeah, I know, but if you put more or less 1, then it's gonna do.
Yeah, of course, but we can more or less like.
Yeah, more or less 5.
Yeah, we do more or less 5.4.
Yeah.
Okay, well that did something. So
yeah, gave us a response.
Add this one there, and then we are running this. So current directly change to that. Download Laravel installer using that one. So now we have to wait a bit. In the meantime, is there something else we can do? Because all the things we require, web endpoint is through Laravel.
Okay.
Okay. Switch. Maybe is it downloading? What do you say?
3, 2, 1, go.
Ah, we have a new follower. Hello, Sebiti. Thank you.
Could we just do just like some local file, not use Laravel?
No, like we got this file. Sunken costs fallacy,
Yeah.
but still like.
Okay. So we're still at the stage that I believe it's just sort of downloading.
Yeah, but why is no feedback? Should tell us, hey, like we're downloading something.
Yeah. Oh, sorry,
No,
sorry.
don't touch that.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of strange. Directory. The dashing line makes me think it's just downloading.
No,
Yeah.
it's just like normal life. It's like normal life, console life. Console ghetto life.
Okay.
No. Yeah, because it's hard to know. So no. So it is doing something. I think like they're both kind of
Doing the same thing.
downloading stuff. Yeah. So there's no be. Oh yeah, we'll just stop it. We'll go to that folder and see what's happening. So they tell us where it is. So it's like app data, boom, roaming. So users, users, app data,
Roaming
and composer. So something is happening. Is it happening? No, it's not happening.
No.
So there's a composer.json and there are some things being. So okay, nothing.
Because I think
No, it's empty composer. I mean, shall we reinstall composer? But it should work, right? Because it was running.
Yeah, Composer's fine. Is it like the latest version? Maybe.
I mean, try another. Yeah, like it should be. So that's not giving us any information.
Do we have some old Laravel? Yeah, no, there's nothing there.
Okay. So I would reinstall Composer and just to be sure. So we'll kill all that. So we're gonna kill the console and then reinstall. Sometimes reinstalling helps and we don't waste time. Okay, so we're using that. So because now we're kind of following steps that we've been told here.
Yeah, so we just downloading file again.
Yeah, but at least we have some sort of line or something like that. So in the meantime, nice weather, isn't it? Okay. Okay, so it's installed. I mean, so now try like we'll do the one project, or we do the install.
The install, I think.
Okay. And then it's here. So it's here. Let's go back there. So, oh yeah, we don't know.
This one I don't really trust it as much as.
So you want just the project, or?
Yeah.
Switch again.
Yeah, switch.
Okay, when we get it to work, then it's fine. I don't know, just download Laravel, use the composer.
Because it seems like this is so old to me as saying 1.1.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Installing composer and creating a new project for video. Okay, you don't watch videos. Laravel quick start from 4.2 though.
That's better.
Oh, we can hack it. Oh, it was also there.
Yeah.
So 5.6. So installation install. First, yeah, bam. Should have done that before.
Should have just, yeah.
So we're back to the same. At least now
Use now is what the doc says.
At least now we can be like kind of certain something might happen. Can we be certain though? The answer is you can never be certain. Okay, so yeah, the weather is nice. It's kind of cool. So let's explore here. So tables, we might need Laravel schema.
Yep.
We'll get into
Are we
that.
on the Firefox?
We are not. So the schema builder.
Yep.
For 5.6. Master. So you seem to have upset the Backend. Okay. Master maybe? No. So should be the same. We just have to find.
I would go here and then we find it from the side because it's all.
What do you mean?
So we find it from this menu. I think it's under database.
Okay, so we go master, then you're right. So master, database, and get this out. So eloquent, Laravel Homestead. You should tell me. I am. No idea.
Yes. Maybe they don't have an.
They don't have it for
No,
me.
wait. Just wait a second. Let me. Oh, migration. That's it.
It's for migration now.
Yes. No, it was always called migrations. Sorry.
Okay.
But within the migrations file, you reference it.
Okay. So, okay, we need some artisan now. So make migration. So we still need. That's still doing it. We cannot do it without Laravel running, obviously. So.
Yeah. So when we get to that part, we can make a migration, which is basically a file where you kind of determine like your table in the database and the columns that you have and like what if they're going to be string or what kind of data.
Yeah, this is a schema. Okay.
Yes, a schema.
So then we have this is an ID. So we have what we are going to do. So we can actually just bring it up and discuss that while we do it. So we can do a high level thing, right?
Yeah. So we can just copy over the file.
Like the idea, yeah. Oh, ooh! You guys don't see now, but we are getting updating dependencies. That sounds good. Anyway, so we can do a high level thing. Let's do this. So, so we start with this and we make a new.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Missing the top. Yeah.
Great, thank you. So
what do we want for
so this one would be main Wi-Fi speed.
Create. You have to start with create.
Is it?
You just should. So create, yeah.
It says that. Okay. So create and then with table. Okay. So maybe Wi-Fi speeds.
Yeah.
No, not save as. So So Wi-Fi speeds.
Yeah.
Blueprint ID. We want it. So now we want maybe a
address.
Well, no. First of all, no, address we don't do it. We're gonna do like lat and long.
Okay, so double.
So double, but it's not. Is it gonna be double? Does it support double? What's it? Not sure. Double, and then timestamps. So yeah, timestamps is gonna be.
It's gonna be created and updated at, so we can. Just
It's automatically.
Yeah,
okay,
it's automatic.
Beautiful. So latitude. No.
Okay.
Okay. Check how.
Yeah. So.
3, 2, 1, go.
Transition.
So yeah, still updating dependencies. What? We continue, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna check how they do double.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if it.
Okay, increments, Haskell.
So it should. Yeah. Okay. So here it lists all the different types of
double.
columns.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay. So double, and we put the name.
And the precision, right? So the precision.
So total number of digits we want, and then the number of decimal digits.
So wait. This is total with the precision scale. Okay. Okay. Maybe there is something for location though, like GPS location.
GPS.
No more like geographic. Like I think I don't know if it's like Postgres or something, but wait. Do search and then do geo. What is it? Geographic? No.
Just see what the different geos.
Geometry. Okay. Then latitude. Okay. So I think we stick with double, and then we need to like look what is the precision, because I think double has like 2 significant digits, and then you have like maybe I don't know 10 maybe after. There's like
right. Okay. So we need to work out.
Yeah, but that's like we can put some random number and then we look it up afterwards. And how's the console going?
The console.
I don't know.
This one.
Yeah. So still working on it. And,
still updating dependencies. But at least better than before.
As we know. So switch to. Let's go on Sublime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sublime is this one. Oh, this one.
This one. So yeah, double and put like that we need 2 numbers afterwards.
Okay, so I
put 2 and 10. I will say.
This one needs to be not. This is total number of digits.
Okay. So 12 and 10. Right. If we stick to the same.
10. The latitude and then longitude, I guess.
Same.
Longitude can have more.
Yeah.
It's like 100 and.
Then 13 and 10 maybe.
13 and 10.
Then we'll fix this maybe, and then.
We want to string.
No. Double. No. Double is precision. Because there's some other things we want. There's a precision, like how many. Yeah. Precision. Is there like how the error? It doesn't matter like the latitude. Yeah, we get it. So put error there.
Error. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So basically, so with the GPS, you not only have the position, but also how wrong you're probably gonna be, and then we're gonna rename this with the actual name that comes from, and
GPS,
from the GPS. I think arrow we can have maybe 6 digits and 1 after. Because it's in meters, so usually you have like 100 meters, 0.1, like or 0.5.
Okay.
So if you're really wrong, it's gonna be 10. So at least like we don't, at least we never go over.
Kilometers out.
Yeah, it's like it can be 10,000, 10 kilometers wrong.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and
okay, what else do we need in our table?
We need the Wi-Fi, low speed, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and like download, upload. So those are also doubles.
Yeah.
load, and we can keep it like this for now.
Okay.
Because they are. We might have to make them bigger though, and maybe make them integers.
So we don't want to get too much precision.
No. We actually get really good precision.
Okay.
But we get in bits.
Okay.
So put int, and I think it's already. Yeah. Then we'll double check there.
Yeah.
Int integer, I think. Yeah, and they're like, so we don't. Even the arrow we might want to like. We'll check.
And then ping.
Yeah. Then it's like ping, yeah, and the ping will be. Ping will be in double.
Oh, in double, okay.
Yeah, because ping has milliseconds, and ping comes with. I don't know, ping when I put loads. Ping. Ping put like 8 or something. Yeah, this like I have to think too much about the size. So float and double is the same, but decimal is the same, and then integer. Yeah, integer. Okay.
Oh yeah, you don't even specify anything for integer.
Yeah, that's a beautiful. Okay. Ooh. So we are getting some updates. Ooh, finished.
Wow.
Beautiful. Impossible. There's no way. So let's do this first, and then we go back to the.
So we just needed to be patient, basically.
We just have to be patient. So we did this, and then we do this like Laravel thingy. And does it create its own folder? No, in the directory. So we need to go back out. Laravel new house application.
Oh, because you already have the directory. So delete the folder and then do it again.
Yeah, should be like this. Okay, and then yeah, crafting application, beautiful. So now once you get points, back like after made us suffer.
Yeah.
Anyway, so integer doesn't need that one. So now it's installing. Let me see. Yeah, it's installing things. And in the meantime, we go back here. So the schema we want: integers, integer, double. So all these needs to be like check again.
Yeah, because we just made up.
We just made up all these doubles, and they might. So error, we will. I'll just put them very big, so then we don't have to suffer. So ping is going to be that, and then we have packet loss, and that's gonna be an integer because it's a percentager. And then what else do we need? Now see.
Wait, are we on the right scene?
Okay. So packet loss. Well, packet loss is fine. It's an integer. We have let me check one thing quickly. So we need to check what kind of information we are getting, and I already prepared this. So let me check. So yeah, put that in a log because basically there's a little things error. Yeah, so we get accuracy and the time. The time is when, well, that's just for us to know. So daytime is when this got updated, and this is good for when we want to like double check that it's like not too old. Maybe this for later. So accuracy is that one is in meters, and it returns what? It returns in a float. Okay. So we also need a float for accuracy, and accuracy. So we'll call it accuracy. Yeah, no idea how much accuracy we get. Maybe we do 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Or 4.
Yeah, another thing we need to learn.
We'll test it, I guess, and if it breaks, then we'll cry. So this is still installing, which it's good in a way, but not if you are better Wi-Fi. So it's downloading all the components we need. So now we're back to our schema, what we will need? We will need an ID to identify the speed, latitude, longitude, accuracy to make sure that we don't get like really
bad,
inaccurate information. Download, upload, the ping, the packet loss, the address we get it automatically. Oh yeah, and then we will have like things like
a tag from the
yeah.
user.
No, but more than that, it's just more like the name of the place maybe.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of address.
Yeah, but we want like the user to be like, oh, it's called hotel. Because okay. And then we might have some comments.
Yeah, okay, like
some like
suddenly disappears.
The road got destroyed and you don't have internet anymore. But no, anyway, so comments, maybe that could be like the Wi-Fi password if you want to share with somebody, and yeah, we might want to. Well, the name is what we might be looking into later. So name, comments. What else do we want to add? So whenever you click, you're gonna see that. That's it, I guess. Comes up. And almost, maybe. My Japanese there.
Beautiful. Okay, so we have beautiful. 100%.
Yeah, it's many 100%, but it's not the 100% we're looking for.
No, completely.
So let's go back to the schema and think about it. Like switch to the schema.
Yeah. Okay. Transition. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that we don't have to create it.
Okay. So we created the Wi-Fi speed table, but then when okay, so the way this works is when you migrate your table, then it's gonna create Wi-Fi speeds, and then you can do this other thing where you kind of roll back and you delete the table, or basically you undo whatever change you did.
Yeah, you just destroy it.
Yeah, so you just destroy it.
Although it's called migration, it's kind of like setting up database table.
The migration is a nice name, so
yeah.
It's good enough.
So packet loss. So you go again. So we have all the information that we are showing are there. Whenever we want to say upload, we're gonna ask for a name, like for the place, and maybe suggest if somebody has already put something similar.
Yeah.
We're gonna allow comments or like notes.
Shall we make this text field then?
It's longer, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So look up in the documentation maybe to see.
Okay, let's go to web.
Okay. So now we're gonna check. So then not the one next page there. We're now bit. Integer. There's a long text.
Let's go down. I'm pretty sure there is a text.
Okay, text. Yeah. And there's a varchar with an optional length. I don't know. We just go for text. I guess.
Yeah, we just go for text. I think it's okay.
Yeah. Column text. Yeah, for both. Yeah.
Just for comments.
Okay, yeah, because it's longer. And then think. We're not gonna store any other information. Yeah, I think it's okay because in the timestamps tells us when it got added. And
we didn't add the date. You remember how you said we were gonna send the date of when they got the Wi-Fi? We didn't add that.
What do you mean? In case of what?
So for example, if I guess it doesn't really help us with much. But I was thinking it was more like an accuracy issue. Like for example, if they upload this at like 5 days later.
But then they wouldn't be there, right?
So exactly. So the created at and the location timestamp, if it's really wrong, then maybe it's suspicious. If it's really different, that there's 2 dates.
How? There's no way to get that because you could be in the place or you cannot even be in the place. Doesn't matter. I don't understand your point.
So I was thinking, don't worry about it. But what I was thinking was you get the location at one time, and then if the upload time or the created at time in the database table is really different,
you mean that?
then maybe your location wasn't accurate because you got it at such a different time. But then I thought,
No, but it's going to be done on the app itself. Like
okay,
on the
so
app
that
itself,
checking.
yeah.
Okay, no problem then.
We shouldn't make it that database hard. Like,
Okay.
so that's okay. And then let's go back to the console, I guess, no? To see if it's finished. Scroll down to see what's going on. No. Oh, 20%. How many things are these guys giving us? Okay.
So many.
It's too much.
I guess it's
We
useful.
just need to like send some string, guys.
Yeah, maybe when we make our app more complicated.
Yeah, zero download. When we are in.
Yeah. Once we've done this, we don't have to do it again. So.
No more like if we do like migrate. No, I don't want to like download stuff. Okay.
Exactly.
You
that's
promise?
why.
You promise?
Yeah, promise.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
so should we start looking at the next step, which would be to create the API?
API. Okay, so yeah, let's do that. So like we open a new.
Go to what?
New tab, and then we'll go into that. It's kind of like. Kind of in the 80s, when you have no Wi-Fi. No, we don't know, but yeah, we have to make the best out of it. So we are basically embracing the. It's a bit slower. So what do you want to do? So Laravel create endpoint, or you want to create a database connection already? Namaste. Oh.
No.
Sorry. Wait. Yeah, it's our friend. Connect to MySQL. Yeah, we need to put it in the M file, right?
What the?
Like the connection, like.
To the database.
Yeah. I mean, let's say.
Yeah. So we need to put the database name.
So the driver. So this is going to be Laravel makes it very easy. Beautiful.
You can just put it in the environment file, and this configuration file, which they're showing now, reads from the environment file.
Okay, yeah. So then, like, we don't have to. We shouldn't push this one. So this is what.
Yeah. This is what we have, and they already have
a sample there.
A sample, yeah. So we can move that into .env.
Okay. So, still. Should we close a bit? It's
yeah.
A bit noisy. Yeah. Yeah, our friend opened the door for us. Okay. So we set up the database, username, password. The host is our localhost. So structure or HTTP-admin. So here we have the port should be the same. Usually you would tell me like where it's running, so we can double check. Oh yeah, root at localhost. Okay. Just so default that it's like crazy. So yeah, so that would be enough, right? And then to use it, yeah, we need to install the tables. That's good. And then we're getting started. And then Laravel, insert maybe insert database or insert update.
No. So what we need to do is we would create a model, and this model is kind of what like interfaces with the database.
Okay, and then we call up the model.
And then from our controller we can talk to the model.
So we make a new model.
Yeah.
So there's a magic. Okay, some magic going on.
It basically just
it's all magic. Yeah.
creates a simple file.
And then we can do query builder, I guess. No.
No, it's inside Eloquent. So. Underneath.
Okay.
And then getting started.
So you sound like you're eloquent to this.
So fun.
Okay, so we make that one. Then you would like to generate. So if you would like to generate database migration when you generate a model, you might use. Do we want? No.
Yeah, we do want to create the migration
For the model.
for the model, yeah.
Okay.
And then we'll copy over our
Okay.
happy.
No.
Yeah.
The schema goes now.
Yeah, that's
right.
the schema. And so then the schema goes in the migration file, and then in our model file, some magic happens. So we don't actually. I don't think we need to write too much. We just need to tell it the database table name.
Okay. So let me check. So see 60%. Okay. Any other step we need? Create a endpoint, maybe.
Yeah. So this will create a route in the route file, and then we'll create a controller.
Okay, makes sense. So now we're telling where to go and the controller. So
and the controller will handle the action.
Well, we're going to create route. Create no, probably like it's common like create route automatically done.
Yeah, so there's already a route file, so we can just copy this.
So we're telling where to go to. So okay.
Yeah.
PHP unit very useful. In the meantime, maybe no, nothing. Maybe we go on GitHub and we make a new repository.
Time's
up. Okay, wait. I'll log in and then. And then we create a new.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, go and new repository. So, go for it.
How's the Wi-Fi?
Web. Or here we web. Okay.
Yep.
And then description optional. No, don't I? And initialize with readme always.
Okay.
No, actually, no.
Yeah. I prefer not to.
Yeah.
Okay, create repository.
Great, bump. And we don't touch it now. Now we're done. Go for the console and we'll say.
Okay.
Maybe there. Console. Yeah. So let's see if we. Oh
wow.
my goodness! It happened.
I'm so happy.
Wow. So now let's do everything we did.
Yeah, everything we said we would do.
Maybe half an hour. Half an hour is okay?
They like to sleep because this
sorry.
local people, so
Yeah, I understand. Is okay half an hour?
half an hour to 1 minute.
Maybe 20, 15?
Tomorrow if
15 minutes? 15 minutes?
15 minutes?
15.
15.
Okay.
Because they need to log.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
problem,
sure.
Okay. Tell me what.
Okay, so we have to be very speedy.
Very speedy. We have 15 minutes and we're like, okay, go.
PHP artisan make a model. So basically, we want to make a model with the migration.
And we need to put a name.
It's Wi-Fi speeds. Is where you put it, right?
No, underscore. Everything was underscore, right? Or it's okay.
No, but it's okay because
it's
we're
okay.
making the model.
Okay, go.
What
It's
was
okay.
that?
No, nothing. It's my foot.
Okay. Are we not in? Stressful. We're not inside.
We have 15 minutes to go. Go.
Okay,
So
in the
basically,
right folder.
yeah.
And then
In
we
case
check.
you haven't heard, we are at our neighbor's basically house, and okay, and we are like given the Wi-Fi and the place to work on, but they're gonna sleep because here is like 10:30, as you can see, and so we got an extra 15 minutes, and then we have to like stop the stream, but we will continue next week. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
So now like go as fast as like
I just want to check
never
that
have.
it's
Yeah.
showing.
It's showing. Yeah.
It's not showing.
Let me. So now we added a new.
Okay, so we just want to show Sublime.
We're Sublime, the new Sublime. So This is the house Wi-Fi, and okay. And so now we are basically just showing. Okay, okay, boom. Now we are on a new Sublime, and we go.
Okay, so we want to
13 minutes to go.
okay, we want a copy of our migration file. This goes into, so we basically inside the database folder migrations, we created a new table. And it looks like this.
Oh, it already has everything. Boom.
Wow.
Save.
Okay, save.
So we have only 12 minutes to go before the neighbors kick us out because they're going to sleep.
Okay, so what was our database
How's
name?
the Wi-Fi?
Was it capitalized?
No, nothing.
How's the Wi-Fi?
And maybe, but we'll double check.
Root and then
nothing.
No password.
Just like dirty like that. Yeah. Go. Boom. Wait. That's. Yeah. I save. Save. Boom. How's the Wi-Fi? Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Get back to it. Go. Okay.
Okay, so inside of our app, we should now have a new model, and it's called Wi-Fi speeds.
Okay. There's no magic here.
There may be magic. It might even work. Let's try to go to the.
So we need to make a route also.
Okay, let's try to go to the console and see if we can run the migration. Console. Transition. Okay. And so
11 minutes.
You go to run the migration. You go PHP artisan migrate. Problem. Okay, what's the problem?
Email. No. Max key length is.
Okay.
Specify was too long.
This is for the default Laravel migrations.
This one.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Yeah, we can just cut it out.
We can delete.
Yeah, delete the top two files.
Because we don't need.
It may cause us problems, but we just try.
Okay, migrated. Boom.
That's what we need.
Now we are here, and so there's no magic. Should it be magic? Where do we do it?
No, we don't need to redo it. Okay, so now we need to we can create our controller.
Wait a minute. So make our controller, and how?
Go to the console.
Yeah.
PHP artisan make controller. And then we put the controller.
And then
Wi-Fi speeds.
Okay. So now where is it? Into.
Transition to the Sublime.
Okay. Where is it?
Yep. So it's inside HTTP controllers, and then we have Wi-Fi speeds.
No magic.
Okay. So we want to create method.
Okay. Where do we need to look for it, or you know by heart?
It's just a normal method.
Okay. Just because we have 9 minutes and we have to say bye to everybody. Okay, go. But first, can we check if everything was created here? And then maybe we can like. So migration users. So my user, well, it was because it was stuck, right? So maybe we.
Yeah.
And it has all the information we want. Beautiful. Now, here.
We'll check this one.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so PHP.
Public.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Go.
Public function. And then whatever you want to call it.
You should.
Okay.
We have 9 minutes.
Save store connection. Lowercase. Store Wi-Fi speed.
Then.
Okay, so we want to. Oh, sorry. We want to use the model that we just created.
Okay,
so
at
the top of the file, put use app / Wi-Fi speed.
Controller.
No, not the controller. The model Wi-Fi speeds.
No.
It should be.
It's not there because we're not.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So here we can put
We can't use anything.
Wi-Fi speeds. Colon.
Colon.
Yeah. Create. No, sorry. Let's not do it like this. Go to the front of the line. Just leave that there. Leave it. Okay, and put dollar Wi-Fi speeds equals new Wi-Fi speeds, and put two brackets. So get rid of the colon. Yeah. Okay. And then we can do Wi-Fi speeds. Arrow.
We have 7 minutes.
Okay,
Beautiful.
so latitude.
That's not complete. Okay.
Okay, equals. And then we need to get it from the request that we're sending. So we're gonna get, there's a helper method request. No. Small brackets. I think I have to look this up.
Okay, we're like then it's okay. So we are gonna go on Firefox and we actually let me look it up because we can't get stuck here. So so what is the name, like the keywords for that? So so this one worked. Then let's make the route, and we need a controller at index.
No, we've already made the controller.
No.
So how do we store?
Next time I want an example of a controller.
That was what we were just writing in.
Yeah, but it didn't work. So the routes, we can do this. So there's index. So index when you want to show it, and then we should have it as store. Right.
Time's up.
Extends controller, base controller. So these are. Oh, 6 minutes. Tight on the time here. We need to go.
Okay, so let's go back to looking at what you were looking at. Okay, so we basically
needs to be called store.
That's just, we can call it whatever we like.
Oh, okay, but store is nicer.
But store is nicer, yeah. That was my
switch
mistake.
this in.
Okay, so I switch over to Sublime. Transition.
Sublime. Click.
Okay. So inside the routes folder, I'm gonna just, we can go to the API file. We don't want any middleware, so we don't care about that, and we can just call it Wi-Fi speed. Our controller is called Wi-Fi speeds controller, and we're gonna change the method name to store. Okay, so
post.
Okay, perfect.
Let's save and go.
We can save. Okay, and we go to our Wi-Fi speeds controller, and we change this to store.
Save, and we'll look up. So now switching.
Now we switch back to web.
Yeah.
Okay, and so
wow, 4 minutes to go.
To get data
4 minutes to being kicked out.
Request Laravel.
If we get this one, but we can test it. Okay, so we are going to test it. Retrieving get and post. Beautiful. So we are going to do this, and as the last
this
gong.
Is the old way. I'm not sure if it still works.
Okay, so let's like maybe slow it down and wait, and explain. Yeah, it's okay. So this little shorter time and the Wi-Fi speeds made us slow down. So next week we should cut it down because I think the neighbors being too nice.
Yeah,
we can't let them.
Stole their Wi-Fi.
They're gonna have to go to sleep. So we made it like as tight as possible and as fast as possible when we got here. So as we can see here, we are gonna picks up the controller. Next time we're gonna have, well, we set up the database, which
Yeah,
is
we
pretty
set up the
nice. Yeah.
database.
So the create the web endpoint is what we are kind of doing now, and so next week we're gonna have another tortoise like hanging out, telling us we didn't
Too
like
slow.
too slow. But yeah, so
So thank you for watching.
thank you for watching.
Anyone who stuck with us.
Yeah, thanks Sebiti for being the latest follower, but I think we had, yeah, and thanks for all the other one who tune in and will watch us maybe in the future. And yeah, so bye bye and good night from Nepalese terrace.
Yeah.
Nepali terrace. Okay.
Ciao.
Ciao ciao.